What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. Today we have a special guest, very special guest, Florence. She's also D25, part of the D1 class. Recently on a video, I got a question on the channel. It was about regarding an international student. So my thoughts went straight to Florence. She's from Canada. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about what it's like being an international student. We're gonna answer that question. We're gonna read that question out loud. But first, I'm gonna have Florence introduce herself, where she's from, how old she is, what she majored in undergrad. Go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Florence. As Umid said, I'm also D25. I'm from Canada.
What part of Canada?
Toronto.
Oh, it's Toronto.
Yeah, near the Toronto area. Not really from Toronto, but
like north of Richmond Hill?
Yeah, something like that. Near Markham.
I was born in Richmond Hill.
Yeah. There you go. 22, straight out of undergrad. I went to Western University and I majored in something called interdisciplinary medical sciences. It's a mouthful, but essentially you can just pick whatever you want to major in. So I took pharmacology courses, physiology courses, but you basically end up with a Bachelor of Science degree.
Going to undergrad, were you set on dentistry? Did you know what you had to do regarding classes and grades you need to get to be like competitive for dental school in Canada or in the United States?
So I was hesitant between medicine and dental. But since the two prerequisite courses for both of those professions are basically the same,
right?
It wasn't too much of a hassle for me in terms of prerequisites. But dental, I would say, does has more prerequisites, like organic chemistry. You don't necessarily need that for medicine.
Right.
Even calculus.
Yeah, even calculus.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I kind of figured that out going to my junior year, and that's when I took everything I needed to in order to fulfill the dentistry requirements.
So did you know you were applying to schools in the U.S.? Like, did you know that from the get-go?
No, I didn't.
Really?
I did not know that, yeah. I was only going to apply to Canada, but then I wanted to expand my options, basically. And that's when I wrote the American DAT. I wrote the American DAT a year after my Canadian DAT.
When you say wrote, you mean took?
Yes, took it.
So you took both the ATs?
Yes, I took both the ATs.
Which one, real quick side note, which one did you find more challenging?
The American one.
The American DAT.
Because it has more stuff. It has organic chemistry and it also has quantitative reasoning, which the Canadian DAT does not have.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. All right, now that we know a little bit about Florence and where she comes from, what she studied, and a little bit of the history of her academics, I'm gonna bring up this question now. We're gonna read it real quick so everyone knows what we're talking about. So Omar, thank you for dropping that comment and being so transparent. And listen, this is what this channel is all about. We want to definitely help out the next generation of students to maybe make your life a little bit easier, to put your application in a place where it's more competitive. So Omar, thanks again for the comment, and I'm gonna read it, and then Florence is gonna do her best, and we're gonna talk about it and answer your question. So Omar said, hi, I just completed my second year of undergrad and I'm sitting at a 2.6 GPA. I've had 10 drop courses to date. I really want to go to dental school. However, I feel conflicted that I am not good enough to get there. I keep thinking of the numerous other people that have better stats than I do. And I live in Canada, so the option for the post-bac program is not available for me. That being said, what are my chances of getting into a school as the maximum I'll be able to raise my GPA is a 2.9 through 3.0? So again, thanks for your question, Omar, and there's a lot going on there.
That's a long question, but...
So we're going into junior year for Omar. So he's a junior year undergrad.
Okay, so two things stick out: the dropped courses and your GPA. So first suggestion, I would say try your best not to drop any more courses.
I agree, 100%.
Yes.
I agree. I feel like maximum 1 or 2 is pushing it.
Yeah, but it's not the end. I think you definitely should look into doing a master's. As you said, there's no post-bac in Canada, which you are right. There's not many 1-year master's post-bac programs that you can just complete and then go right into dental school. In Canada, but there are many master's programs in Canada, research-based and course-based. Probably look into research because it'll give you more hands-on experience, which I think is quite nice to have under your belt.
So you're leaning towards more research-based masters in Canada?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say so. If you just don't,
And definitely science related, obviously.
definitely science
Yeah,
related,
for sure.
I think it will help a lot in that sense. But yeah, you still have 2 more years. Within those 2 years, try not to drop any more courses. So make sure when you commit that you're really committing, because everything shows up on your transcript.
Right.
And dental admissions committee will be able to access and see all of that stuff.
I can relate to your question, Omar, in your situation, because I had like that 2.6 going into my junior year, like you do. But it definitely is a matter of like what you're doing moving forward and not what you've done, right? So as Florence said, definitely try not to like drop any more classes for sure, and also try to do your best to adjust your study methods to really translate that information to exams, score highly, finish off your undergrad as strong as possible, right? And then go into that master's program. You gotta take a master's program. And what are the DAT? I think DAT will help them a lot too, right?
Right.
And the United
Yes.
States DAT and take both.
Take both, yeah. So I'm not sure if you've written the DAT yet. Probably not, but usually people write it after 2nd year, 3rd year, whenever it suits them. But definitely look into writing the American DAT. Definitely score well. If you can score well on the DAT, like that is
Help you a lot.
a big advantage. Yeah.
Huge advantage. So the GPA is low, but we gotta get better GPA. So, try your best to finish off your undergrad strong. Maybe after graduation, you want to take a year off to study for that DAT, right? Both the US DAT and the Canadian DAT, so you can apply to both schools.
Yeah.
I think the more variety, the better, right?
Exactly.
You gotta
Exactly.
just apply to multiple schools.
Exactly.
And then follow up by taking, and make sure you do your research first as well to find the best master you can go to that has a good turnover ratio for students they admit in dental school specifically, right? Because that's pretty important. You want to see how their success rate is. Take your time on the research, do well in your master's, because you want to definitely show an improvement in application. Great.
Yes. Speaking of improvement, like dental admissions committee love to see growth and
100%,
improvement. So
100%.
if you are struggling within like your first 2 years of university, if you keep going from there and then you can meet that threshold of like GPA, academics, DAT scores, it'll come in handy for your interview, and then you can explain your story and go throughout your journey and say, hey, this is when I really like buckled up, did my research, and look at where I am now.
It's all about what you're doing and not what you've done. And also including, it's a lot of depth too, other than academics, getting involved with the dental community, the dental professions, assisting. There's definitely opportunities in Canada for that too,
Yes.
outside academics.
Yes, yes.
So, the academics at the end of the day are what matters. It
Yes.
really, really does. Especially, you could elaborate on this, but it's very, very competitive.
Very competitive.
Hey, Florence,
Very competitive.
what do you think made you like what separated you from other Canadian students? Like, what do you think put you at an advantage? Like grades at the end of the day? Like, what do you think? What was it?
I don't think it was my grades, because like everyone has good grades.
Well, if you're applying, yeah.
Yeah, everyone has good grades. So I think what separated me was my like experiences, my extracurriculars,
Your depth.
volunteering, my working in dental offices helped,
Yeah.
shadowing.
Yeah.
Rack up those hours, rack up that experience. Good recommendation letters.
Yeah, that's true too.
Good recommendation letters. So that's why having those experiences, networking with people is really important, and you should start as soon as possible. I wish I started even earlier.
The earlier you start, the better.
Yeah.
And here at Tufts specifically, like they really do care about how involved you are.
Yes.
I feel like a common theme upon our classmates is like they love this field.
Yeah.
Like they love not only like being in school, but giving and doing more, the extra
Doing more,
step for the community.
Passionate about
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of passions going on.
A lot about the community, about dental work, about wellness. Like it's very holistic. But that being said, grades are like you need to have
You
the
have to
grades.
have the grades.
You need to have the grades to like even have like a good chance, and
For sure.
then you can go on from there and have those experiences.
Yeah, and I can feed off of that because like I've been like in the field of dental assisting since like 17 years old in high school, right? But my grades were so not there, and that's why my master's really helped me bounce back. And at the end of the day, for students who have low GPAs, if it's not post-bac, do a master's. You gotta figure out a way to get there. But all I can tell you is that you can definitely get there, whether it's not this year, next year, or the year after that. You just cannot stop.
Yeah.
If you stop, you'll never know. You never know what the possibly could have what could have happened. So, all right, Florence. I mean, if you guys have any other questions regarding like international, studies or applications, stuff of that nature, we'll do a part 2 with Florence. What do you think for those specifically like Canadian students, international students? What's your advice? Like, what can you give that next generation that would be like, all right, if you do this, it's gonna really help you out. It's gonna really set you apart.
Don't give up. Do your research. I know it's quite daunting. Everyone's so smart. Everyone's so competitive and so great. Everyone has great personalities. But don't give up. Like, there's been times where I really wanted to give up, but I think that's why I'm here, because I didn't
100%,
give up.
100%.
Even though you really want to give up, but don't. And do your research. Like, just do your research. Research is so important and I think underrated, but all the information's there. You just have to go and find it.
Yeah, you definitely have to be a seeker in this field.
Yeah.
Like we've had a lot of classmates who are from all different kind of backgrounds, but one thing is they really, really don't give up. It's a very simple saying to say, obviously it's a cliche.
I know.
But like it's really true.
It's true.
It's so true. So like don't give up, keep on pushing and find a way. There's always a way if you really want to find it. And that's it, guys. So that wraps up our video for today. Again, if you have any other questions to ask Florence, drop a comment down below. We'll do a part 2. We're always in there, baby. Till next time, guys. Peace.